I'm getting most of my expenses covered, but I'm going to make my big money through the appreciation of this property over time. Now that we know what can happen when everybody buys at the same time and prices go to levels they shouldn't have gone to, it's really back to investing for cash flow. And if you get big appreciation, which I think we both agree you will over the long run by buying at today's market prices, at least you're making good returns on your investment while you wait for a market rebound or the value of that property to go up over time.
Well, especially when you also consider the fact that we're talking to people who are wanting to invest with regard to their portfolio for retirement. And, we talked in our last program about how banks don't really want your money at this point. They're actually charging people who are saving large amounts with them. And the return that they're giving is absolutely ridiculous. So here's an opportunity for people to be able to put their money into something that's going to give them a cash on cash great return. And the only obstacle that really comes into play is they're afraid of being the landlord.
And I think the solution to that, and I agree with what you're saying, the solution is to find a good property manager. There's a lot of them out there in just about every market. Today we'll cover some of the things that you should be asking a property manager before you hire them. We've actually put a report together that we're happy to email out to the listeners that'll give you more information than what we have time to cover on today's show. But this really is the key in my experience, is to find a good property manager, hire a professional, let them do the heavy lifting while you do your part, which really as an investor should be focused on the fact that you're the owner of the property and your job is to manage the manager, not the property, not the tenant. Your job is to manage the manager of your properties.
Well said. There are folks that are listening to us and they're hearing this program for the very first time and they're saying, who is this guy and what's his background? So, Tom, before we go any further, let's set the record straight and give folks a little bit of information about you and IRA assets.
Sure. In summary, for the last 25 years, I've been helping investors use their IRA or 401k retirement plans to diversify away from Wall Street investments and into income producing hard assets like real estate, including rental homes, apartment buildings, and commercial properties. The problem is that there's never been an incentive for your stockbroker, your banker, your financial planner, your insurance agent, or anyone to tell you that you can own anything other than stocks, bonds, or mutual funds in your IRA. So that's our focus. That's what our passion is to help people own things that they can understand, own things that they can control, and diversify a good portion of their retirement money away from Wall Street.
I think one of the other things that folks ought to know is you've got an outstanding track record with people who do that.
We've done well, and I'm very proud of the success that we've had, and I think it'll continue. These are great times to own real estate. As you were saying earlier, just about every market in the country, you can get some tremendous buys, and those low prices that you're paying can generate yields of 10, 12, 15% cash on cash return, and that's especially good high yields, knowing that you don't have to pay tax on that money right away because it's all flowing back into your retirement account.
Right. Now, we talked about the biggest obstacle. I'm sure it's the number one question you get is, okay, how am I going to possibly manage a property? I haven't got a faintest idea on how to do that. So, Tom, you've heard that before. And what are the answers?
Well, I really believe it's in finding a good property manager. Again, there are very good property managers in just about every market. To find them, there's a series of questions that I believe you're going to want to ask during the interview process of that manager. And I mentioned a moment ago, we've got a report that we will email out to folks that contact us and let us know they're interested in learning more about the techniques to find